Here are 5 tech updates to get you through your Monday. At least one part of the Microsoft acquisition deal of Activision Blizzard is seeing some headway. Sony and Microsoft have agreed to a 10-year Call of Duty deal, which will ensure future titles will be released on PlayStation consoles as well as Xbox. This is much different than the previous 5-year deal the company had proposed to Sony back in 2022. The previous version, while shorter, broadened that partnership for all of Activision's PS titles, while the current one only mentioned Call of Duty. Looking at the bigger scope of this deal shows some mixed signals. PlayStation chief Jim Ryan had mentioned before the deal was sent that he was certain Call of Duty would continue to release on either console for years to come. But during the court hearing, Ryan had read an email stating that he was worried about other Activision titles that were left out of the list of shared offerings like Overwatch 2 among others, which led to talks becoming a lot spicier over time. It's definitely because Ryan cares about securing Call of Duty and all of these other titles when the merger happens, right? Of course not. Because of the ongoing court case, it was released that back in February, Ryan met with Activision CEO Bobby Kotick and told him explicitly that I don't want a new Call of Duty deal. I just want to block your merger. There it is. It all makes sense now, which, unlike this account, isn't news. But all things being equal, this new agreement between the companies, at least on Call of Duty, shows the first step in a possible end to the hearing. Microsoft has been trying to create similar deals like this to appease the EU and US regulators. The original agreement between Microsoft and Activision Blizzard is set to expire today, so we might see some changes coming to the table if either company wants to alter the deal. Either way, I'm sure this isn't the last time we'll talk about it here, unfortunately. September is coming quick, and with it, the new iPhone 15. Now in some new colors. I literally called the color thing like 2 months ago. Anyway, that might not be the biggest release this year for Apple. Rumors have it that a new iMac equipped with the M3 chip might be coming in October. It's been about 2 years since Apple revamped the iMacs with a new design, some upgraded hardware, and super chic colors, which makes the timing of this release feel pretty spot on. If you know Apple, it's not likely that we'll see any changes to the look of the new iMac since they're all still fairly new, and big changes too quick spook the tech giant. That said, it is a welcome upgrade. A lot of people were expecting at least a whisper of information about this chip at Apple's WWDC back in June, but they most likely wanted nothing to come in the way of Apple's Vision Pro. Details are limited on what the M3 specs are and how much better it will be compared to the M2. When it does get officially announced, you can bet we'll get their generic 20% faster, 10% more efficient than the M2 style marketing instead of comparisons to competitors. Like MKBHD mentioned, Apple has mastered the art of owning their marketing language and brand identity. But that's a whole other rabbit hole to go through. Apple probably won't accidentally leak anything before the iPhone 15 release, but you'll know more about it as soon as I do. Just like Family Video tried to branch out in CBD and pizza sales, Netflix is trying to adapt to slower markets by expanding to video games. Now, Netflix games aren't exactly new by any means. You might have seen some of the themed mobile games like the Stranger Things themed crawler, or more recently there's a Sonic Prime game that has been released. They've actually been releasing mobile games since 2021. The company has been slowly acquiring game developers behind the scenes, almost like Bill Gates does with his farmland. Netflix is hoping that winning over a younger audience can help reclaim a space it has lost, with new reports saying that the growth has slowed to just single digits as of late. Maybe it's because of your recent changes to users and primary houses, bro. The most recent release, Oxenfree 2, is a sequel to the popular indie game that was released back in 2016 and can be downloaded on all the major platforms. At the very least, we love getting more backing for indie developers who never get the credit they deserve. That being said though, while I applaud the company trying to adapt over time, when you're struggling so much in revenue and sales, it seems like a desperate move to go into such an aggressive market, right? A market that even Google couldn't win. RIP Stadia. Maybe they'll do some great things. Or maybe, just maybe, they'll get burned and have to roll back the rules for users at multiple households. Do it, cowards. Have you swiped right and matched with your future soulmate, but just can't find the right pickup line to get them interested? No worries. Now you have AI to do it for you. Enter in Wing AI. Tyler Henkel and Ricardo Mejia started the artificial intelligence Wingman app to help themselves and others when sparking interesting conversations on platforms which were designed to be a lot like slot machines. This app works by uploading a screenshot of the person's bio that you're trying to speak with, and then the AI will spit out some flirty messages based on the person's profile picture picture or text in the bio. Say there's a person with a cat in their photo and maybe some books. The app will make a witty response about how they might be a nerd, but, be provocative since you aren't, presumably. Couple things though. One, guys, we're literally this close to real-life chobits being a thing. You know this, right? And two, while Wing AI can help you be less boring at first, you have to eventually think for yourself and let your freak flag fly. I get first encounters are stressful, and dating apps are literally designed to gamify the experience and keep people single. And this app is cool to help out initially, but I wouldn't lean too heavily on it. For those that are interested in Wing AI though, the app is currently on the Apple App Store and through their website. You can use it for free for the first 15 times, but after that it's $6 per week. And finally, a teenager is being charged for threatening to release GTA 6's source code among various other instances where he and others stole information. Orion Kurtage is a member of the Lapsus hacking group. They're responsible for the attack on Uber, Nvidia, and others. Kurtage apparently threatened Rockstar staff via Slack that he had managed to steal the source code during its attack last year, and would release it to the world unless their $4 million ransom was met. The source code wasn't the only thing that was leaked from Rockstar, as a host of unfinished gameplay and different assets were previously leaked last year, just after the attack. So Kurtage's threats definitely weren't empty ones either. Unfortunately, unlike GTA games, Kurtage's stars did not go away after so much time had passed, and he's now facing 3 counts of blackmail as well as 9 other offenses, including fraud. There's also another accomplice on trial, however he is remaining unnamed due to being under 18. Recent reports state that Kurtage was declared unfit to stand trial by a group of psychiatrists, which, of course. Did they break so many laws? Absolutely. Are they still teenagers? Also, yes. Not saying that they shouldn't be held accountable, just that if I, as a grown-ass adult, would be facing these charges, I would simply just fade away under the pressure. Unfortunately, through all of the leaks, we are still no closer to finding out when the actual release is for GTA 6. But it does seem like, aside from, hostage situations, the developers are working hard, and so hopefully we will see something soon for the next upcoming title. That's all I have for today. Make sure you like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Until then, I'll see you back here tomorrow for some more tech tea.